before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so Week 12 of the NFL season is coming to a close, and for the Chicago Bears, they take a loss to the New York Jets on Sunday. Not much to talk about in this game, as it wasn't even close. So as always, in this video, I'm going to give y'all grades for offense, defense, special teams, recap on what I saw during the game, and without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. The Bears got mollywopped by the New York Jets, a very good New York Jets team. I cannot deny that, but still, I expected to see a much better game. I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer. Let's get straight into it. As we all know, Justin Fields did not play, so we had a new QB1 in on Sunday. Trevor Siemian, let's see how he did. He was 14 of 25 for 179 yards passing. He averaged 12 yards per throw, threw one touchdown, threw one interception, took 2 sacks, and had a 75.3 quarterback rating. Trevor Siemian is Trevor Siemian at this point. He played good for the first quarter and a half. The Jets weren't really expecting the Bears to come out with a passing pro style offense. It seemed like the Jets were kind of lackadaisical on their defensive effort as well, and Siemian looked pretty good for the first quarter and a half. But once the second quarter and past halftime came around, the Jets adjusted very quickly to Trevor Siemian. They realized he couldn't throw the ball downfield as well. No movement in the pocket. He can't really do any bootlegs or anything like that. No QB options. So Trevor Siemian, it is what it is. He's a good backup to have. I still think that they might need to go out and get maybe like another backup that can fit the scheme a little bit more. But you know, what more can you ask from Trevor Siemian? This was just the plan for Justin Fields not to play and risk further injury. We didn't even know if Siemian was going to start on Sunday because Peterman was warming up as well. But other than that, I think Siemian did what Siemian does best, and fill in for the guy that was hurt. He played solid, but not enough for the Bears to get the win. Rushing, David Montgomery, 14 attempts, 79 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry, did not have a touchdown. His longest run was 14 yards. Monty, like I said before, the offense didn't really do much on Sunday. Monty was the only bright spot on the offense. He played well. Still would like to see him get more than 14 carries, especially with Fields being out. But, Monty showed why he's running back one. We definitely need Khalil Herbert back because that backup running back spot is starting to become a problem. Darrington Evans, he had a solid game. He only averaged 3 yards per carry and had 34 yards on the ground with only 9 attempts. Of course, you're not running many QB runs with Trevor Siemian, so rushing was kind of underwhelming. The Bears didn't really have the ball for that long either because they kept going 3 and out. So those numbers were probably a little bit deflated. But Monty played well. He was the only one that showed effort on that offense on Sunday. So rushing the ball, I think he did pretty well by himself. Receiving, Claypool got involved. Like I said in the video, he only had 5 targets for 2 receptions for 51 yards. They did start letting him go downfield a little bit more. But in the second half, we didn't really see much of Claypool. In fact, we didn't really see much of anybody. Darnell Mooney went out with an injury. I hope he's okay because he's probably one of our best receivers. Claypool got shut down in the second half. Byron Pringle made a nice catch in the end zone for his first touchdown in a Bears uniform, but he only had 2 catches for 12 yards. Didn't see much of Cole Kmet. Just felt like the guys in the receiving corps didn't have much chemistry with Trevor Siemian, especially in that second half. St. Brown, he went out with an injury. So overall, a very underwhelming day for Bears receiving, but we're kind of getting used to that. I'm glad to see Claypool get more involved in the offense. Hopefully when Fields gets back, or maybe like early into next year, going into training camp, they can kind of work him into the playbook because Claypool still seems like he's struggling to find his place in the offense. Not knowing some of the plays, not knowing where to line up. It was nice to see him get those 2 big plays downfield. So hopefully he can build off that. But overall, not a very pedestrian day for the receiving corps. Let's go on to defense. Good defensive note for one of the few for this game. Jack Sanborn, 14 total tackles, 10 solo tackles, and 1 tackle for loss. Jack Sanborn is proving, why he should have had a chance to start in this league, and he's taken full advantage of it. He's the leading tackler since week 9. And for being an undrafted rookie out of Wisconsin, he's been playing very well. Gets to the ball quickly. We'd like to see him shore up some of that over aggressiveness. He does seem to have an issue when he's over pursuing, and he can miss tackles that way. But he's been our best tackler so far, and he's stepped in very well for Roquan Smith after his departure. I'm just happy to see where he's going to go from here and how they're going to play him. Other than that, we had a bunch of backups out there. Jaquan Brisker didn't play. Kyler Gordon didn't play. They both had concussions. Eddie Jackson got hurt. That was a big loss for the Bears secondary. We don't know what the extent of the injury. It looked like he was holding his ankle. Let's hope it's nothing serious, because Eddie is a big part of that Bears secondary. But other than that, not much going on for the Bears on the defensive side of the ball. They gave up 31 points. Mike White had a career day, over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. What else? They gave up over 400 yards of offense, so not really good numbers on the defensive side of the ball, and they only got 1 sack on Mike White. Mike White had all day to throw, so not a good day for the Bears defense other than Jack Sanborn. Really looking forward to what he's going to be able to do in the future. Hopefully we can get some guys back. Special teams, not too much on that either. Cairo Santos hit 1 field goal, 1 extra point. Dante Pettis only returned 1 punt for 12 yards, and Velus Jones did nothing in kick return. So the special teams didn't impact the game whatsoever, but they didn't hurt us like last week. So let's get straight into grades. Offense. Let's get into the offense. I'm going to give the offense a C-. I felt like Trevor Siemian, what more can you expect from the Bears offense when they don't have their starting quarterback and when they're missing people? I feel like they had a pretty good first few drives. Siemian didn't really hurt them until end of the game, where he threw that interception. And by that point, the game was already over. But still, it is what it is. It's an average offense with a very average quarterback at the helm. So I'm going to give them a C-. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They didn't really seem in sync with each other. So a C- for the offense. Defense, I'm going to give them a D- because 31 points to the New York Jets. Even if you're missing some guys, 1 sack, guys running wide open. Garrett Wilson had a day. That they need to shore up that secondary. They definitely need to get some pass rushers, because Mike White sitting back there for 7 seconds being able to throw. If you let any quarterback sit back there for 7 seconds, you're going to have a tough time. But they gave up 31 points to the New York Jets and their backup quarterback. So I'm going to give the defense a D-. Special teams, I don't really know where to go with this grade, so I'll just give them like a B or something. They were average at best. They didn't really impact the game, but Cairo made his he made his extra point and he made his field goal. Take that as you may. For coaching, again, I'm going to give them a solid C. They didn't have much to work with today. A lot of guys were out. A lot of guys got injured. I felt like Luke Getsy tried his best to put the Bears offense in, a position to score. But, when you have guys out with injury and you don't really have that much talent to start with, you kind of have to work around that. So I'm going to give them a solid C. But overall, the Bears take I wouldn't say an embarrassing loss, but an expected loss to the New York Jets. We got the Green Bay Packers next week. We'll see what happens with Justin Fields, if he's going to play any more this season, or they're just going to sit him until the bye. But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. It helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bears videos. Follow me on social media. Bear down.